guys, welcome back. I only got 3 hours of sleep, but I'm here because I'm so excited that we have Haliene on today.
You said Haliene?
Haliene on.
I was like trying to blink.
Oh my god. Mickie, I love you, but ow.
I need to get their attention. Hi guys, we are your hosts.
I gotta turn the gates down next time.
I think you should just start with "sup bitches" because that usually seems so weird.
Honestly though, that got my attention. So.
There you go.
Great.
Hi guys, doesn't Devin look like a UPS worker?
Dude, the Paul Blart energy right now.
She's coming in with the heat.
The king of queens.
Young LA, apparently.
It's the 3 hours of sleep, but we're your hosts.
I'm Devin.
I'm Mickie.
I'm Nand.
I'm Bren.
And our special guest,
Haliene.
Yeah.
What's your actual name, though,
yeah.
so we can refer to you?
Yeah, my legal name is Kelly.
Gotcha.
You can call me either one. That's fine.
Oh,
Gotcha.
yeah.
love it.
Can I also just say your voice is so soothing?
Oh, thank you so much. That's so kind.
Yeah, the fact that like I've literally listened to so many songs with your voice, and it's just crazy that you're here now. I just feel like I'm meeting like one of my idols. It's
oh
so
my
good.
gosh! Wow.
I know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's really kind.
Yeah, like you're such a big part of like so many songs that I feel like I'm so attached to.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Aw.
which is like crazy.
Tell me which ones. Tell me.
Rush Over Me,
obviously.
What's Done Is Done.
Yeah, there's
Horizon.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Yep, Horizon.
They all know that I'm not good with song names, but your voice is one of the voices where like if I listen to a song, I'm like, oh, that's Haliene singing.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a big compliment. That means I have my own sound.
You do.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It's perfect.
I've worked hard. I've worked hard to make that.
Were you always in the EDM scene?
I have not always been in the EDM scene, actually. I had a whole career where I released music like under my legal name. Many years ago, I started when I was like, I got my record deal when I was 17.
Oh, nice.
And I got to like tour with like legendary acts like Paul Simon, and I got to play like the Hollywood Bowl.
Wow.
And
That's awesome.
I was really young, and it was more of like a soft pop meets like smooth jazz kind of vibe.
Oh, smooth
And
jazz.
it was just the influences that I grew up singing. My dad was a jazz piano player, and I was trained classically as a singer, and I really liked like Dido and stuff. And so as a very young artist, I didn't know who I wanted to be yet. And then when I'd finished that record cycle, I was like, I'm not in love with this music. I actually heard my music in an elevator, and my manager told me that elevators are where music goes to die.
No.
And I was like, I am not ready to die.
Wow.
Too soon.
I was like 18.
It's like I'm too young. What elevator was this? What city? Where?
Tokyo.
Oh my god.
Oh,
And
wow.
I was like, no, I can't do this the rest of my life. I can't do it. Can't do it. So I was like 19. I sat down and I started A&Ring myself. I was like, what sounds do I love? What bass sounds? Like what kind of lyrics and just every little intricacy about music. I had to really put a name on it and what it is that I loved about it. And it brought me down the path of electronic music. And this is like before Ellie Goulding was really big and like Lady Gaga stuff. This is a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I started going down like an electro pop lane. And my label was like, yeah, we don't get it. This doesn't sound like Norah Jones. We're like,
Wow.
and so I was like, well then goodbye to you.
Hell yeah.
Good for you.
Bye.
Yeah, you were like,
Sayonara.
bye.
You're like, this is my sound. Either work with me or bye.
Yeah.
That's right. And I was discovering who I wanted to be as an artist, really. Not just what I grew up with. And so therefore, that's me. No, like who am I inside? And I'm developing as a human being. And a friend of mine took me to my very first dance music festival. And it blew my mind. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a whole genre
Yep.
Yeah.
that's electronic music.
What
'Cause I
festival?
didn't know about that. I think the first one was Nocturnal Wonderland.
Classic.
That's a good first
I love
festival.
that.
It was
It's
good.
a good. That's my favorite and very first festival I went to as well.
Oh, really?
So like I go every year. I know he's a big fan of Nocturnal
huge
as well.
fan.
Yo,
It's my
that
birthday
hill, that
festival.
Yeah,
hill
the
is-
Glen Helen Center's
The,
perfect.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Glen Helen
Glen Helen
Amphitheater
is
is so
perfect.
great. Yeah.
I think they've done it at NOS before, and I'm like,
No.
no,
No.
it's not good there. It should
Not with
be,
the
it should
theme.
always be at Glen Helen.
Yeah, so that was the like awakening moment of, oh my gosh, I've found where I could belong. I found my people.
Yeah.
I found like the culture of dance music of Plurred like changed my life. I was going through a lot of loss because I had lost my record deal. And then I actually lost both my parents to cancer. And I lost, like a year later, lost my fiance because he be cheating. And so he went away. So I was going through a lot of loss that it was like, I always call it the winter of my life. everything
Yeah.
died. But in that time period, honestly, the culture of ravers and being accepted and finding a home in music saved me.
You were reborn.
Honestly. I was.
I was about to say, like,
I
this is some
literally-
Phoenix story.
I mean, Saving Light was written out of that time.
So you consider like your lost inspiration of music.
100%. I think because I've been through so much loss, I can write about these painful concepts and dig into that well, probably for the rest of my life. It's like the gold of my life. The breaking point has like been what I can write about forever.
Wow.
And so finding dance music, I realized, oh wow, I could really do this. Having never felt like I fit in pop or even soft pop or any of that, or even jazz, I heard these voices coming out of the speakers, singing these amazing, huge songs, and no singers on stage. Incredible DJs, of course, and visuals. It was insane. But these huge songs, I was like, where are the singers?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I saw a hole in that market, in that space that I could try to fill. And I thought, I could do this.
Yeah.
And so I've been on that path ever since then.
Hell
And here I
yeah.
am.
You're freaking
love
legends
that.
now.
Yeah.
That's the long
Yeah.
answer.
No,
to your
that was.
question.
No, I love
I'm
that.
feeling so inspired right now. Honestly,
I'm glad.
What's that way? You've like written the path. No, you've like
Paved the
Paved the
path.
way.
yeah, paved the way for sure.
That was a goal of mine, honestly, because I didn't see any singers up there. I thought, we're not just singing little samples anymore. These are full-on songs.
Yeah.
Like Clarity with Zed.
Yep.
That was a huge song at the time. And it was like,
Huge.
this has to change. I think people will become ready for something more.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're in that time where people are
Yeah.
very ready for something more.
Everybody
like,
loves a
100%.
live percussions
Oh,
now.
Like
yeah.
look at Millennium's tour
Yes,
right now,
yes.
Davin's tour. I mean,
100%.
everybody is starting to do this, and I feel like I'm part of that first wave of it
Yes.
happening, and I'm
Sure.
just so excited.
That's awesome.
Hell
That
yeah.
that first Nocturnal. What year was that?
Oh my gosh, I think it was like 2013 or something.
Damn, that's
Like
right
10
around the
years
time.
ago?
No, that's right around. I mean, that's right around the time I started going to festivals as well.
Wow,
So
that's awesome.
Crazy.
2013,
2014.
2014.
I went 2014.
My
so the
first
year after.
nocturnal was 2016. 26, because I didn't go till
Yeah.
after college.
Yeah.
I also went to my first Coachella that year, and it was the first year they ever had the Sahara
nice.
tent. And
Ah,
Avicii played
Yeah.
while a Tupac hologram was on the main stage.
Interesting.
Yeah, it
That's-
was very interesting.
Huh.
That's crazy
And
that they would
I
have that.
stayed at the Sahara tent for Avicii with like
Yeah.
100 other people.
Have you been to the Sahara
Wow.
tent in like the recent years?
No.
They have upgraded it.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
I'm sure.
Major.
Yeah.
But there were only 100 people at Avicii?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It was
Oh my
2013.
God.
That's
Yeah, it's 2013.
Oh, wow.
That's
No,
not
seriously.
He was
okay.
in the big head. He was in the big white head thing. I don't know if you guys ever saw pictures of that or whatever, but
Yeah.
he was in a big head and he was in the top and he played an amazing set, but everybody went to the Tupac hologram.
Wow.
Would you like to play at Coachella?
I would love to.
Yeah.
Cool.
I would love
Yeah.
to. Playing the Fonda is the first step, maybe.
Hell yeah.
It's golden voice.
If you play at the Sahara tent, I feel like that would just be like
Oh,
cherry
yeah.
on top.
Top.
Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh.
gosh.
We'd have to make a documentary about that.
Yeah.
It would be a moment, honestly.
Haliene.
Yeah, it is so crazy though how much that like Coachella has evolved over the years to allow more EDM music.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
But yeah, because we all went, or well, you didn't go, but we went one day this last year, and Nand and I went to Jai Wolf at the Sahara tent, and it was incredible.
Incredible. It was my
like,
first.
The visuals
but it
were
was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it just made me realize, I'm like, wow, they've really done a good job at like
I
making
saw
it a
Slander
safe space
last year at
for.
Coachella.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
yeah, true.
that was pretty big.
True. Yeah. But yeah, no, so I could definitely see you at playing at Coachella 100%.
Thank you. I
Headline
would
on
love
the floor,
to.
too.
Next year.
Ooh,
Golden
hey,
Voice, come
let's
on.
take it. I'll take it. Let's
Come
go.
on, Golden Voice.
So, like, do you consider yourself a raver?
I do, yeah.
Yeah,
I,
what was-
I started at just, paying for tickets, going to EDC.
Yeah.
And like, had so many special moments and made candy.
Love that.
All of it's like so important to me, I think, in dance music that you understand the culture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like when I see videos of producers who shall not be named of, refusing candy from fans, I get like
Oh my
irate
God.
about it.
I've never seen this before.
Wow.
I'll tell you who it is after.
Everyone's going to be like in the comments, like, I want to know.
I will say we've had this conversation with a couple of other artist friends and whatnot who know of other artists who are like, They hate the rave culture. They don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
They have zero interest in actually ever being in the crowd at any point. They just want to go in, make their music, play their music, leave.
Or even be on social media to interact with people. But, you know, I mean, you can't really...
They're just not connected to it. And like, I've felt a way about it, and I've never known how to voice it. But after you mentioned that, I'm like, you're right. Like, being a part of this dance music, like, industry, you gotta be part of the culture to an extent.
Yep. I mean, if you're, you know, super highbrow and like you just make the music and then, you know, do your thing, like that's a brand choice if you want to be that way.
Yeah.
But I think that it's important to understand the culture, and our culture is not really like that. It's called peace, love, unity, and respect for a reason. So I think people can feel it also in your music when you really care about them.
You know,
and for me personally, making music is not really about me. It's about my life experiences, and I write from that perspective. But I don't make music just for me. I make music for the people listening. That it might change their day.
We feel it.
Yeah.
That is why your songs always just resonate with us.
Oh, thank you. That it might like change your heart. That it might heal something. That it might bring up an emotion you were carrying that you didn't know you needed to let out. So for me, making music is a service. It's my gift. It's my thing that I'm sharing. So some people don't think of it like that.
I want to voice the magic of EDC that just happened, and I know Devin and these people are gonna know what I'm talking about. Rush over me, rain coming down, like fireworks going off.
He's talking about Said the Skies set, if you didn't know.
let's just say being in the bleachers and the rain coming down. He's like, nah, I gotta go to the shade and like go hide, and I'm like, I'm like dancing in the bleachers by myself with the rain coming down and the fireworks going off. Rush over me blasting all around. I'm like, they're just
I'm here. Wow.
I wasn't there. I wish I was there, but I got so many fan videos that I had to post one. I could tell that the magic was very much alive. There. That's so cool.
Yeah,
so special.
It's such a beautiful weekend.
It was a good one. This recent EDC was it
was pretty good. I liked it a lot. Yeah.
What was the last festival or rave that you went to?
Like just as a fan?
Yeah. You attended.
Both.
That I got to like have fun and perform. I would say Lost in Dreams in Vegas
that
was probably the last time.
Festival.
Great festival.
That's a good venue as well.
Yeah. It was like I played, I don't remember which day, but it was like probably like 9 or 10 p.m. And so I got like to hang out a little bit the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And it was so fun. I really crave that experience, of being in the crowd, like in the GA crowd, not up in the VIP. Like, oh, I'm so cool.
Do you go like incognito, or do you just
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do, just because I want to have your immersion experience as well. I don't want to be like distracting, although it's really cool. People do recognize me, and sometimes they do anyway.
But you want to like experience it for yourself.
I want to be grounded and like see what they're seeing,
100%,
and make sure that I always like stick to my roots.
That venue is super intimate too, so I feel like it's a great venue to do that.
I loved playing it because you could like, you know, some of my trancey stuff, it was accepted, and I could also go really hard and you know, and play like Crank That if I wanted. It was great. They were just so into all of it. It was amazing.
What's your like funniest festival story that you have when you were like a raver?
Funniest?
Yeah.
Shoot. Oh man, I'm gonna have to think about it. Funniest story as a raver.
Could be like,
or just a crazy story.
Most embarrassing. Could be anything.
Embarrassing.
One that stands out. Yeah.
In your head that like it's iconic, but you'll never forget it.
It's a story that you just tell people. Like you're like, oh, I got a story for you. One of those memories.
Well, I do remember like third day of EDC, like with my friend Emily, was our first EDC, and we're like walking out after getting off the shuttles and walking back to our Airbnb in downtown Las Vegas, and just feeling like after 3 whole nights of only being awake at night, you feel like a nocturnal animal.
Yeah.
It is so weird. And so I remember like in our full getup, Monday. It was like Monday morning at like 8 a.m. and we're like walking down the street in full daylight, and like cars just going, what is that? We must look terrible. So just stuff like that is like little stuff. I I can't remember any like seriously funny moments, but I have meaningful ones. So I could do that, but I don't want to make you guys cry like the whole podcast.
I would love to cry. I'm in need of a good cry.
Honestly, before we do that,
what is
you okay?
I want to unpack there.
A lot of emotion inside of me.
So the meaningful, I don't know. I always go back to this memory of EDC. It was my second EDC, so I think it would have been 2015 maybe. I went with like my best friend at the time, and at a certain point we lost each other, or she just went off on her own, and so I was alone, and I was really depressed and scared and feeling very lost and overwhelmed, and I went to Above and Beyond at Kinetic Field, and this, I was like crying and like so sad, like I'm alone. And this group, this like rave fam in front of me turned around and was just like, "Hey, are you here by yourself?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Do you want to join our fam?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I love that.
And I was just immediately accepted as part of their group. They like took care of me. Somebody put me on their shoulders. Like it just changed.
I love this community so much.
It changed my whole EDC. And I was just with them for the whole rest of the night until I eventually found my friend for hours. I don't even remember their names. But like they were wonderful. And it just is so amazing. So sorry I don't have any like really funny ones.
No, that's
I'm sure there are, but like I'll think of them later.
I wonder if those people realized that it was you that night.
I was not famous.
Oh no, I know, but like if they were like
remember, he's like, wait, isn't that the girl that I put on the
I looked so different. I had like short neon pink hair.
Wow.
So I was unrecognizable.
Well, they'll know if they see this podcast.
Yeah.
So.
That is true.
Big revelation in the
think
comments.
Whoa! I think they lived in Southern California somewhere. So I guess
it's very possible.
I love this community, this culture. There's just something about like these special moments that we just can't forget.
Yeah. I think like people don't understand until they experience it. Also, you can like judge from the outside until you're in it, and once you're in it, you're like, wow, this is like Woodstock all over again.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, honestly.
Whoa, Woodstock.
But in the best way.
Yeah.
In the meaningful, like world-changing kind of way.
Yeah. 100%.
This actually reminds me of a story that happened to me recently. It was just like a very emotional, happy moment that I can't forget. And you just triggered the memory. I don't know if I told the story on the podcast. It was Escape with, crying and stuff. I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but so I was with Devin and I was with all of our friends, and we're trying to go into the crowd. I don't remember the stage name, but it was to go see Set the Sky, who is my favorite artist. But at the same time, I needed to go find some fraternity brothers that I hadn't seen in like probably like 8 years, 10 years. I was like, wow. I really want to go find them. It's important to me that I go find them. And I'm like, you know what? I trust I'll be able to find Devin in the group. And you know how that is. Like you.
Oh man.
You will not find your friends. That's not a thing.
I know
that's not a thing. So
I
leave. I go try to find my friends because they have a totem. And I know where to find them. And we connect, and it's like such a good vibe because they were my first rave fam. But I hadn't seen them in like years because life takes us in different directions and stuff. And I'm like, would you guys be down to like try to find my friends with me? And like they're like, yeah, let's do it. Like 3 or 4 people. We go into the crowd and we're looking, about to give up. And then I see Devin in the corner of my eye, and I'm able to like pop through. And then in that moment, the drop for the song I can't even remember at this moment hits, and I'm like, no way.
Yeah,
and
there's like all of our friends too.
And then like what do you call it? All the friends were there. Everyone was super excited, and for whatever reason, because I've seen Set the Sky many times before because he's my favorite, and I haven't gotten that emotional before. But in that particular night, every single moment was just hitting because I'm like, I'm with all of my friends, and like we didn't know if we'd find them, and like I'm just like crying song after. It was a great moment. There's a video of me crying too.
Especially at Set the Sky, the reuniting. You must have just been just like, oh my gosh.
It's a funny video that we always recall because our friend basically took it, and it was like one of our other friends had his phone on his forehead, and it was like we had just met him. Like we had just become friends with him, and he's like on the, you know how people put like the words on screen and they put it on their head, and it was like, why are people crying? And it's like the phone's on him, and then you pan over to Nand, and he's just like,
bawling even harder.
He was actually concerned because he goes up to Nan. He's like, Nan, like, you're here with your friends. It is
everything's
okay.
Like, I don't know what's going on in your life, but everything's okay. And Devin's like, no. He's happy. These are happy tears.
Happy tears.
And then Caleb's like, oh, you cried them tears, bro.
So
I love
funny.
that. I love that. That's amazing.
But I know that you perform with your husband, right?
I do.
He's
yes.
like your DJ in the background,
right?
How do you?
So cool.
How is it like working with your husband? I mean, I know sometimes working with your partner is a little bit hard because you can't really separate your personal relationship from your work relationship. So, what advice would you give to couples who are in a similar situation?
I mean, I'm not going to tell you that it's easy. Mm-hmm. That is for sure. You said it. It is hard. It is hard, but I think it requires extra communication. Mm-hmm. Matt and I communicate about every little thing because we are together pretty much 24/7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We are, obviously we live together. We work together. We're touring together, we're traveling together. It's like, wow, it's a lot. So you really have to communicate all the time about all the little feelings, all the little thoughts, all the like, oh, we have to do this. But it's like sometimes you just have to learn your other person really well and when not to say something that maybe you need to say it, but they can't handle hearing it. And so I think it just takes a lot of grace, a lot of patience, and a lot of communication.
And a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude.
I recently saw this video of this like therapist lady talking about that everyone says marriage is 50-50, but both people are both always at 50-50.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen
I know
that
exact video
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Isn't it so good?
Yeah.
It's so good.
She's like, sometimes I walk in the door and he goes, how are you? She goes, I'm 10. I got 10. He's like, that's okay. I'll cover your 40. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I think it's like we've kind of started doing that because honestly, when we tour all the time and we're exhausted all the time, we really have to try to make plans to be kind to each other when we are hangry or exhausted.
I feel like that's one of the lessons that I know I've learned over the years is like you have to recognize when you're exhausted, when you're tired.
Yeah.
It's easy to fall into your negative emotions, to fall into like, fighting, bickering with whoever. And there has to be a recognition. I have to put in that extra effort to be kind to myself and to the people around me when I'm like that.
Yeah.
And there's also the opposite. You have to recognize and put in that time and effort into they are at a 10 right now.
Right.
They might be at a 20 right now or something like that.
Right.
So nothing they're saying is like necessarily an attack on me. It's just they don't have that energy to get to the 50 right now.
Matt's really good at that.
Yeah. And I know like sometimes it's hard because since you guys are together like 24/7, being with each other, there's like no separate space at times because you're constantly working. So like what's like your favorite hobby to do by yourself? Just to like give you peace of mind.
So like decompress.
Yeah.
I mean, I love hiking. We live in a really beautiful place in Utah. So I love, going on solo hikes and walks by myself. That's kind of my thing. And then I'm gotten really into gardening. So like my garden is hopefully doing well back home right now. And yeah. I mean, working with Matt though, like with all the parts that I just said, we also have an incredible shared vision for Haliene. Like it started with me, but he also was there at the beginning because right when I changed my name to Haliene and I was like, I'm going to go into electronic dance music is when he came into my life. And so we kind of started it together and he's always been part of it. And as Haliene has grown, he's been able to be more and more involved.
Yeah.
And to flash forward to now, he's on the stage with me and all of the things that we come up with from music videos to album covers, we work on together. Like every song in the set we choose together. We work on all the mixes together, everything. Yeah. And so it's really hard sometimes, but it's also an incredible gift.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
We should have asked from the beginning. Where did Haliene come from?
That was actually going to be my next question.
To be fair, we try to avoid asking though, how'd you get your name
the
question?
basic,
I feel like it's so like basic, but actually, where'd you get Haliene?
Yeah.
So, the earlier story I told when I was releasing soft pop meets jazz, Kelly Sweet is my name. And when you Google Kelly Sweet, like, long red hair was coming up and like the song called Raincoat. You guys can go check it out later. And I was like,
Google it right now.
and I was not going to be able to get away from that. Is like, especially if I wanted to change genre entirely. And while I feel like my name is pretty great, Kelly Sweet, I was like, I have to change it. So I was looking up words I loved in English, but in other languages. And that I felt really defined my brand as well. So I was looking up like light and voice and air. And then I looked up the word breath, which was like a perfect word as a singer, and as breath sort of like connects all living things. Every like living thing breathes in some way.
Yeah.
And I looked up the French word for breath. There's two, at least two. And the one used in music notation that actually means to exhale is Haliene, but it is spelled Haleine. And so I was inspired by that word, and obviously was going to change two of the letters and pronounce it like an American. I was like, what if I put alien in the middle? Because I mean, I've written songs called Alien, and just how I've kind of always felt like I didn't completely belong.
Don't you call
on
your
this.
fans aliens?
They named themselves that.
I love that.
I like that.
And so I put alien in the middle, and I kind of wanted it to feel like a celestial, heavenly sort of name that was connected to breath, so also very personal. So that's how Haliene was born.
Wow, that's so much like personal.
I know.
Like intricate
went into that.
Yeah. Honestly, like I had like a similar process when I came up with like my social media name, because obviously Mickie is my actual name, but Wonderli, it's because prior to me becoming a social media content creator, I was really into music and did songwriting, and I always saw my voice as like a voice of wonder. And so I was in that process of trying to figure out a name for myself, and I don't know, that's how like Wonderli came to be. I don't know where the Lee came from. I was just like saying random words, but yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't know you were in music before. That's so cool.
I don't know if I'll get back into it because I performed like all my life. I miss being on stage, but I always saw myself working in the music industry, but now I just work in the music industry, but in a different way.
You absolutely work in the music industry.
So I don't know if I'll get back to it or not, but we'll see.
Life is ahead of you.
Yeah.
You can do anything.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that.
You're a very inspiring soul. Like,
I feel like we have a legitimate angel here.
The energy's there.
And like the aura that like you bring is just like pure, you know, like everything that you say just comes from your heart.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dude, if she reads me a bedtime story, I'd be so sad.
Dude, honestly, that's a whole other thing you could do. Just like audiobooks, bedtime stories.
Have you done any like ASMR stuff before?
No.
I think you would be so good
my
at it.
God.
You would make a killing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you have to give me some ideas. I mean, I had like growing up as a young singer, I had like a lot of radio training and all that stuff. So I like kind of learned how to, you know, speak like that on radio interviews. I'm like really good with the liners. Like, hey, this is Haliene, and you're listening to A State of Trance.
Oh my God, yo. That behind some meditation, like a guided meditation.
Yeah, you should have done the intro.
Immediate shift.
She does, you know, the Wii Fit Trainer on Super Smash Bros. Is like, now let's breathe in. Don't forget to stretch your shoulders.
Do you do yoga or like meditation?
I do.
Yeah, I can see that.
I will say though, the only like spoken word stuff that I've recorded and released is on Heavenly, my album. So the first track is a song called, or not a song, it's a spoken word poem called Vessels, where, I mean, you guys have to listen to it. It's the intro also to my show. And then the outro track on Heavenly is also like the outro to my show, and it's called Heavenly, and it's basically a poem meets a meditation. Yeah. And it's kind of an essential part of the album in that it shares the intention of the album. So so later, we'll have to have a moment.
Yes.
Nice.
I always wondered if I could do radio because I just graduated. I was a journalism major. Cool. I was like debating if I was going to go into broadcasting to like learn the radio voice, but I just stuck with PR.
Do it right now. Try it right now.
I can't. It's so
a skill.
hard.
It generally is a skill.
Like, it's a lot of training. I took one broadcasting class. I'm like, this is not it for me. I can't do it. I'm good behind the scenes for like PR and social media.
Fair enough.
Hey everyone, this is Wonderli, and you're watching the I'm Peaking podcast.
That's pretty good. Honestly, it's just like lowering your voice and just like bringing more warmth to it. and like speaking from down here
100%.
a little bit.
Wow.
And like giving your lips a slight smile so that, you know, it goes from like I'm talking to like I'm talking. And it's like, wow, that's so nice.
Everyone. When we all start talking like that for the episode.
Well, you could do it in the next segment.
Hey guys.
There you go.
Oh yeah. We gotta start a new segment. Hey guys, we'd like to take a quick moment to thank our sponsor for today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We really appreciate you guys.
Love you.
Yeah. And speaking of which, Mickie, I hear you're partying in Vegas this weekend.
I am, but honestly, I don't want to wait in the lines. They're always so long.
That's fair.
You should get Discotech.
What's that?
It's like a fast pass for Vegas parties and clubs, shit like that.
Well, what's the catch?
Literally no catch.
Yeah, girls actually get like VIP treatment. You get free
perks on
drink
perks
tickets
on perks.
and open bar.
As we should.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Wait,
man.
What about the guy friends? Like, the homies.
No, we get entry too. Free entry.
Yeah,
Oh.
or your guys get free entry. And we all know how expensive it is for guys to get into clubs in Vegas. Right,
Yeah.
Nand?
EDC 2021.
And had to pay $200 one year.
Hey, correction. I did not pay $200.
Yeah.
I sat outside.
Yeah.
I refused to go in. I ain't about to pay $200 just to go in there for like an hour.
a
Fuck
I
it.
was partying inside.
Hey
So
man,
unfair.
I made TikToks, and you know what? You know what? It didn't exist yet. It's here now, and
true.
it gives free entry to me and not having to pay $200 to like Zouk, Hakkasan, a lot of the clubs that we all know.
White Republic. Yeah, all the big ones.
EBC.
Yeah. On the app too, you could even see the DJs and their set times. And if you want to book a table, you can get bottle service.
She said table. I'm sold.
Yeah,
I'm
And it's
getting it.
free. It's free, so might as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have a repeat of crying drunk Mickie in that corner.
No.
If
what?
we booked that table, what was that one event that she went to
It was
again?
a joyride.
No,
Oh,
she
yeah.
wasn't crying.
yeah.
Oh, she was just drunk and throwing up.
Way to out her, dude.
I'm not repeating that.
Yo,
Never
I just
again.
turned around and
Never
I just turned around and I'm like, I hear clear the way, and I turn around again and there's just puddle on the ground just like expanding.
It's not
and
my,
I'm like, it's like
it's
lava.
It's not any of my proudest moments. I'm never doing that
If
again.
that doesn't happen in Vegas, then you didn't do Vegas right.
Anyways, have fun this weekend. Make memories that'll last for like one night max.
Yeah.
And
Get married.
Get that table.
get it sponsored by
Like
Discotech.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Anyways, back to the episode.
You know what's funny? So we were at Forbidden Kingdom this last weekend.
Yeah.
Me and Devin were, and on day 2 it was pouring rain to the point where they had to do an evacuation.
Oh man.
The evacuation voice.
Oh, yeah.
It kept on saying, "Please evacuate whatever the premises. You will be
And it
allowed
was
back in." And it just
so-
repeated for a good hour.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And it was such an angelic voice, and Devin kept saying like, that could be Haliene.
it was like,
We never know.
this is an emergency. Please evacuate the premises in a calm matter or something.
Yeah.
Something like
And it
that.
just repeated
And I was
itself.
like, I looked at it and I'm like, what if that's Haliene? I'm like,
You know what? If I ever do a sample pack, I'm just gonna do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly,
For
that would work.
reals.
That would really work.
I'll just do stuff like, "This is an emergency." It'll be great.
Please keep your hands and feet in the vehicle at all times.
Oh my god.
The main stage has fallen apart. Please evacuate.
Yeah. In the most calming voice.
Now that we have returned, prepare yourselves for Forbidden 4.
Oh my gosh, I
Please
love
pick
it.
up your trash.
Wait, are we rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
I don't even know.
I did do like some spoken stuff for like a video game once.
Oh,
That's cool.
What
Yeah,
That
game?
was- I wish I could remember.
Final Fantasy?
Yeah, but it was the people that made Final Fantasy.
Oh, really?
Enix?
But it was like the next game that was
Kingdom
coming. The out of
No, they
Final
didn't do Kingdom
Fantasy.
Hearts.
So
Square Enix.
I did the ad for it.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't
So it
remember.
was probably Final Fantasy, but it was like maybe one of the newer Final Fantasies.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
is
it
this
was
the
a big
ad? 'Cause
one.
Like she mentioned, it was like the ad for it, not like were you a character in the game?
No,
or?
I was just the voice in the
You should be a
background.
character in the
Yeah.
game. with your voice.
I was just speaking. I was telling the story. I was like, in a world.
Oh, like a narrator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know?
Yeah. No, yeah. The characters' voices in Final Fantasy are a little more gritty.
Wait for the door.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
like the commercial.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Speaking of your voice, we would love to hear some of your unreleased
Yeah.
songs.
Sweet.
let's hear it.
Okay, let's do it. So I have 2 collabs that I was thinking of playing.
Love that.
So my question for you guys is, do you want to hear some trance or do you want to hear some bass first.
Let's do trance.
I'm gonna say trance
let's
first.
start
Because
with
we haven't
trance.
heard trance in this podcast yet.
So we can have some.
Variety.
Well, no, you haven't, but
We
Roman
have.
Silver played a lot of trancey
Fun
stuff,
fact, I
yeah.
don't know if I told this, but like I got into trance first. That's what got me into EDM music
Yeah.
was trance. Like Above and
Above and
Beyond.
Beyond.
Dash Berlin was the first.
Dash
Dash
Berlin.
Berlin.
I freaking love Dash Berlin,
Legend.
dude.
They were the first for me.
So
Legend.
Jeff of Jeffrey Sartorius.
Yeah.
He was my first contact in
Oh.
the dance music
Wow.
industry ever, and
You know
my
what, that makes sense.
first
That's
cut,
iconic.
my first cut on hold. It didn't get released till 5 years later.
Wow.
Whoa.
But my first cut ever was a song called Kings, and it was with him.
Wow.
Jeffrey Sartorius will forever be special to me.
Oh.
Wow.
That's sick.
That's really cool.
And when he was going through the big split up of Dash Berlin and him, I wrote him a song called New Dawn, and I wrote it for him and what he was going through, because I've known him so long. I knew it was just terribly painful. And I met up with him in Amsterdam at ADE and played it for him on headphones.
Immediately, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was
I love
like
that.
he was like in tears. He's just like, thank
That's
you
so
for
sweet.
writing me a song. All right, here we go. On that
All
note, this one is coming out really soon.
Okay.
It comes out June 30th.
Oh, that's really soon.
That's gonna be
That's
before
like
this.
next week.
That's gonna be before this releases, so it'll
Yeah.
be out. It'll be out already.
Yeah,
by the
when
time-
is
All
this
right, all right.
Yeah, July 23rd.
Oh wow! So this will have been out a month,
Yeah.
but you guys get to hear it.
Yeah.
And then the second one I have doesn't come out until the end of July too.
Got it. Okay.
Ah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Give me
All
some
right.
trance.
Let's do it. Put me in a trance.
Days when I get lonely and I'm running out of solid ground.
The voice is so iconic. I can't.
Can we turn it up more?
Yeah.
You can turn
Me
it up
do
all the way on here.
You become my lighthouse, whisper in the storm.
I need the lasers.
So ethereal.
Dream State. This is Dream State.
For sure, Dream State.
I still need to go.
Dream State's good.
So good.
I really want to go.
Oh.
When I'm reaching out to you, would you
My soul is like out of my body right now.
make the most
Astro projecting.
someplace, sometime we will meet.
This is that close your eyes and just envision
Your
kind of
head
music.
voice
Exactly
is
what I'm
amazing.
doing.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So this is called The Other Side of the World, and it's with Craig Connelly.
Ooh.
The other side of the
I wish I had gloves right now or something.
I feel like I'm in like the Himalayas and I'm just like looking out like over all the like ice and snow.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm on Olympus.
I love it.
I feel like I'm parasailing right now.
Dude, I feel like I'm floating. Yes!
I'm transcending.
My third eye is opening up.
I can see it.
All right, that's it.
Whoa.
I get enlightenment.
My third eye just
Ethereal energy.
opened, bro.
That's been my favorite word ever since I got into like trance and the EDM space. It's just ethereal music is always just gonna touch me in a special kind of way, and that touches me in a special kind of way.
Yeah.
Ethereal energy.
I love this song. I'm so excited for it to come out. And on this podcast, it's already out. So I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah.
Go check it out. Go stream it.
No, you know what's cool? You know what's cool? What we could do is we could always like clip this part for the release day or whatever when it comes out. You know, that'd be a cool thing we could do.
Oh, yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we could do that. 100%. Some and you said you had a bass song too?
I do. Should we jump into it? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
What's the context or the pretext?
So this is with Kill the Noise.
I literally just did a video to Kill the Noise song.
This is fun because
This
like
is definitely more melodic for Kill the Noise, but there's a heavy Kill the Noise part.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's been doing
that.
like
Because
he's been like
he's part of
jumping
Ophelia.
around.
Yeah,
No, he's
so
been
that's
jumping
fun.
around.
you know the last song was called. What was the last song?
Other side of the world, yeah.
You go from trance and then now we're doing bass. It's the other side of the world. Dad joke.
Yeah.
There you
Just
go.
a track.
Hey. All right, here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
Is this one right?
Yeah, you just turn it.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is it not playing? Oh, wow, that's because of me. Hold on. I'm going to start over.
When there's only 5
Okay.
days.
Nope.
Do you feel it crashing over you?
Hooked immediately.
Oh, yeah.
When there's only faith that you can lose.
That's
'Cause
nice.
all you had was shattered in the wind. Do you feel it beating in your bones? Swallowing the only ounce of hope.
The vocals are mixed perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's so funny, the range of Kill the Noise too, like
So don't
this is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
and don't give in.
Face. I love that face.
This is not the end. You are one step closer
I turned it up a little.
Make sure it's in Portrait Mode, Jay.
to everything you dream. So don't give up
Ooh, the drums.
and don't give in.
How do you know the lyrics?
I just guessed. Lucky guess.
Your future is unwritten.
Ooh.
Written in your
The build up.
Ooh. Ooh, a little
Like
stutter.
vocal chops.
So don't give
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
There's a little
breakdown.
breakdown part. It's getting you ready for the next part.
Oh.
So don't give up and don't give in. I'll have you
That part gave me like a little hint of Porter.
Yeah.
let me in.
I think I need space.
Future is unwritten.
This is like hugging Rave Bay close. Baby, I love you. I love you so much. This is when he looks up at you. This is when she looks up at you.
But then he goes.
Oh. And then her hair whips in your face.
It's bouncy at the same time.
Yeah,
like,
this is like Kill the Noise, like the
Right,
one.
yeah, that is.
Yeah, he really worked your vocals in there perfectly. You just weaved in perfectly.
There you go.
That's a good
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
That's one of those songs that when you know it gets out there. People, they're gonna sing this back to you.
Yeah.
I guarantee that's a sing back to you song.
I hope so. I hope people really feel it. I wrote this song like 5 years ago, and it was with Jake 5 years ago.
Wow.
Like I think it was probably 2018. Yeah, 2018,
Wow.
and maybe 2019.
Yeah.
And it's been with him, and then like right after that, COVID happened.
Yep.
And Jake was in the studio at home, and he made a whole other album called Embrace.
Yeah.
And he was like, I think I'm gonna put it on the album, and then he's like, no, so this, it doesn't fit. He's like such an artist, and he's like, I want to release Embrace that I made during COVID and just have that be that, and then this will be on the next album.
The timing is just right.
And I think Embrace was one of the greatest dance music albums we've had in the last 10 years. I thought, I just love him. I think he's incredible. And so, yeah, now it's coming out. Finally.
I think it's time to shine.
Yeah.
We gotta get him on the podcast next.
Yeah, you should.
would
He
love
lives
that.
so close to here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just did a video to, I literally just posted it today. It's to one of his songs from, he just released Ultraviolet. And so maybe if he sees it, I mean.
Well, he might be at the show.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll talk to Ben.
You can chat him up.
I'll talk to Ben.
Do you find yourself writing the song first, or do you get the producers mixed down and everything and then put your vocals on top?
I do it both ways. I really like getting like a rough track from a producer.
Yeah.
And then writing the whole song over just, you know, their little idea and then them fleshing it out. That's my favorite way of doing the process, because when I do collabs, I like to get inside their world as an artist, as a brand, and then combine it with my world, like lyrically and melodically. And every song I do with a producer is different. Because it's really important to me that both my artistic voice and their artistic voice comes out in the lyrics and melody.
Yeah.
Because I'm giving voice to their song.
Yeah.
And also my song.
Yeah,
And so I'm
you bring it
giving
to life.
words to their music.
Yeah.
And so I prefer to do it that way. But I have written songs just to piano and then sent it to somebody that I felt like it's for this person.
I see.
Or just kept it for myself. I do it all the ways.
That's interesting. Also, I have a random. You go.
How does it feel to know that your music has touched so many people?
Oh, it's an honor. Honestly, I'm still like in shock about it. I'm so grateful. Like I mentioned earlier, like I don't make music for me. So when I meet people and they tell me that this song has touched their life, or that a lot of times it's like Saving Light has brought them out of a dark place, or that they've cried a million times to rush over me through a breakup, or that Oceans and Galaxies was the first song that they could finally listen to after a breakup.
Yeah.
It tells me that I'm doing my job,
Yeah.
you know?
Wow.
And it's like,
So
that is,
crazy.
I'm so glad and I'm so grateful that they share that, because it's so encouraging for me. That
Yeah.
means that my music is going out there and doing what it's supposed to do.
yeah.
And all my
Yeah.
songs are like my little children. And they
Yeah.
go out into the world and it becomes yours. And
Yeah.
it's part of your life,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
telling your story. And it might have been born in mine, but it's no longer mine.
Yeah.
It's all of ours.
100%.
You know?
We can relate to that too.
I just want to say thank you for sharing that, because like I can feel and I can hear
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
this you're not just doing this to, you know, make music. You're doing this for all the people that it could
Yeah.
help, and that's I love that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, sorry. Go. No. You.
I really strive in my lyrics to like make them both personal but also like relatable to
Yeah.
your life.
100%.
And that's a fine balance as a songwriter, because it has to be real in order for it to feel real to you.
Yeah.
You can't just like, I'm going to write about this for people. No, it
Yeah.
has to be authentic to my life experience, but also applicable
You can feel
in
it.
a real way to yours.
Yeah.
And that is something that takes a lot of work.
I think it's true art. It's a skill that you have to hone for sure. I feel like we can relate to that a lot too, because I mean, we all make videos here for people and for entertainment, people's entertainment. And you know, at the end of the day, we do it so much that we just see it as like, you know, it's our job. But whenever I hear, whenever people like come up to us at festivals and stuff, and they're like, "Hey, thank you so much for like all that you do and like for making us laugh, and we love your videos."
The
It's
advice,
the same.
the introduction.
It's the same
Yeah.
thing. Like you
I'm
got me
always
into
so
raving.
touched.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that's like
Yeah.
we know we're doing our job.
Yeah.
Like, that's, you
It's
know,
all the same. The only difference is the medium. You
Yeah.
know? You use your
Absolutely.
voice. We use
our
A creative
writing and
mind.
yeah,
comedy.
like
Yeah.
like video
editing.
format.
Yeah.
Of course, I agree. Yeah.
do you feel like there's enough, because you're like the first EDM vocalist to like ever go on tour that I know of. How do you feel being like the first one?
It's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
I think I came about in a time when it was like people were ready for it. They just didn't know yet. And I did have to fight. I had to fight some battles that people may never know about. But I'm so glad I did, because there are singers behind me on the road that are now able to, you know, show up and play sets and do things. And it makes me so happy. And like I said earlier, it was really a goal of mine to break a barrier and break this world open for singers, because I heard these voices and heard these songs and didn't see any singers. Yeah. And I was like, that's not right. We can do that. We can fix that. We're going to do it. We're going to go for it. And so I'm just really excited to be part of the wave, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I think on that note, just like as a female artist in general, like how do you feel about like female artists in the industry? And like, I know that there's a lot of, we were just talking on a podcast recently about how like in Vegas,
male dominated.
Yeah. It's the Vegas residencies are male dominated. Granted that, you know, that's with DJs and everything, but just with the way the direction of the industry is going in terms of female artists, like what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm really happy to see so many more females like these days than even 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, totally.
So many more than 5-6 years ago. I think that more females are taking risks and going for it, like myself, and saying, I can do that, and I'm not going to stop until I do it.
Yeah.
And
that's the mindset.
I think also coming up initially, I saw the few females that were there, like really making themselves less. Does that make sense? Trying to fit into a man's world. Maybe
put themselves
not
in a box.
necessarily natural to them, but dressing like a man or acting like a man. And for me, I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be who I am. Yeah. And my natural nature is to be feminine, and my brand is going to be feminine.
Yeah.
And I think that helped, and I think that worked for me in that way, in that I felt I could hold a powerful space being a female in a male-dominated world. There have been so many wars fought over women. Think about Cleopatra. A female in her power is so incredibly powerful. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I would agree.
You're not wrong. You're spitting facts.
So I think I just want to encourage all the women who want to break into this industry. Don't change yourself. Just define yourself. Just
embrace feminism.
Yeah.
I think it's feminine, not feminism, being feminine.
If you grew up a tomboy, be you. You know what I mean? Like, that's fine. I'm not saying everybody has to be feminine, but if that's natural to you, is natural to me, do not be afraid and go for it. Just define it. What is it exactly? Because if you can own that completely, powerfully, you'll be unstoppable.
Yeah. I think this industry is definitely like in need of that, because I feel like the hip hop and pop industry, like
they're fine.
Beyonce, think about
Ariana Grande,
Doja Cat, like you know, a lot of these artists, they have like, I mean, you see what the true power these people like this hold in terms of like what they've been able to do and being an inspiration, for a lot of other like just females in general, but like also females in the industry. And so I feel like you're doing a really great thing with like setting that example for this industry.
Thank you.
Yeah. You also won the EMA awards, right? For like the Female Artist of the Year.
The EDMA, the Female Artist of the Year. That was crazy.
Did you know about that beforehand, or was it just like, oh, I'm nominated for this?
You get a phone call
like,
hey, you won, by the way.
It was a surprise that I was nominated. Last year I was also nominated, but somebody else beat me like crazy. And then, so I was nominated. No, last year I was just nominated as a vocalist.
Oh yeah. But this year was female.
And then I got nominated, and it was Female Artist.
Oh,
like overall,
love.
Male artist, female artist, like that's the top category.
That is the top category. You look on the profile, and like that's the first nomination that you see. It's like Artist of the Year.
Yeah, so that was a really big shock. I was up there with like Ellie Goulding and Annabelle England and these incredible artists. And then my fans went crazy, and they made it happen, and I won.
That's amazing.
I didn't think I was gonna win. I was up next to Rez. I was like,
that's crazy. That trophy must be insane.
It's so cool. I'll have to send you guys a picture of it.
Yes,
it's like a CDJ.
We've seen it.
And the thing spins.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
that's
so cool.
So crazy.
I went to Miami to collect it. I played a little set at the the award show and everything,
Sick.
and it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Wow.
My fans were just like going nuts, getting like their grandma to like make an email address so that they could vote. Like they were like doing
Everyone and their mom.
Seriously, they went to town, and it was amazing just watching the number just go up and up and up. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
That actually answers a question we had about the EDMA awards, because we talked about it before. Just we didn't understand how it works,
Yeah.
how the voting works, how
Right.
like who gets nominated, like who decides, like the judging, all of that. We didn't know. We were just like, this kind of just showed up.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
like, when
it was
did this
kind of nowhere.
When did
It's
this
only
become
2
a thing?
years old, I
That's
think.
why. Okay, that makes sense.
Maybe 3, and it is EDM.com.
Oh.
And so I think they do the nominations, and then it's fan voting, and you have to have an email address
Got
each
it.
time. Like you vote, you can really only vote once.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't just
That's
go on
good.
and vote
Yeah,
a million
no,
times.
it should be. That's how it
Yeah.
should be.
You have to
Yeah.
confirm your vote through email and everything. And I think they partnered with like iHeartRadio as well with it.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
good. So they got some good publicity behind it then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're really growing. It's
I
awesome.
love
that,
that.
makes more sense
The
now.
industry
'Cause
needs that.
we were so confused because
Yeah.
obviously it's still so new.
Yeah.
So we were
It
like,
is.
is this like
Like
real?
legitimate, like
Yeah.
It was one of those things where we looked at it, I was like, I want this to be real, but like we need to know more before we just talk, like especially on a podcast. We can't be like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is great, and then we find out, oh, this was a scam the whole time.
No, it's
Yeah.
real.
Nice.
It's real. EDM.com for them. And they're awesome. And I think it's so great because we're not really like acknowledged by the Grammys. I feel
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
no.
that is
they don't
Please
really
won't tell
know
you.
what's going
Yeah.
on in
Yeah,
the
you
genre.
know what the
don't.
topic? Yeah,
They're
we
like,
talk about it all the
Beyonce,
time.
that's dancey.
She's an EDM
Okay.
artist now.
I
We
love
always-
Beyonce, but I don't know about
Right?
that.
She's great. She's
Yeah.
let's be real. She's a phenomenal artist.
Phenomenal.
But that category
Makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
No sense.
Alongside
Yeah.
Odessa and Rufus and
Yeah.
Diplo.
I don't
come
get it.
on, you
Yeah.
know, so
It's all right. We got our own.
Yeah, it's
Hell
good the
yeah.
community has this.
Yeah.
Something that it needs for sure.
I agree.
yeah. By the way, speaking, just had a random thought. Speaking of Odessa, have you like ever like gotten in contact or worked with Odessa? Because I feel like your vocals over an Odessa track would also
so good.
be crazy. I just had to put that out
it
there.
sounds
'cause-
like
I
would compliment.
haven't. I would love to.
We are
That would be
manifesting.
amazing.
We are putting it out in the universe.
Yeah. Who would be your like dream collab?
Above and beyond.
Yeah, that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah. My favorite dance song of all time is Thing Called Love.
Wow.
I do love that song.
It's the greatest song ever written.
I can honestly say Above and Beyond is one of in my top 5. Top
Yeah.
5 artists for sure. Like
Yeah, me too.
growing up with Above and Beyond, like that was my study music.
Yeah. Their
Sounding
songwriting is impeccable.
Yeah.
It's just like impeccable.
I agree.
Oh, that song. You were the sun.
Oh, we got a live
Sorry.
performance.
Sorry, I can't do that. I distract everybody. Shoot.
No, please distract us.
I was about to say
Do
like
it
just
again.
10 seconds of that.
For the
please,
rest of the
just-
episode.
my life is complete now, bro.
I have a question. If you had to pick an artist outside of the genre of EDM that you would love to collab with, who would it be?
John Mayer.
I can see that. That would be insane.
I can see that. Like
I'm a huge
That's
fan.
like two like voices that are just angelic in their own ways.
I love
like,
his voice.
Yeah.
I learned how to songwrite listening to his songs.
Yeah.
His first album, Room for Squares, I listened to on repeat, and I would just soak in his lyrics and just try to then write lyrics inspired by his lyrics. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even know how to like write chords and melodies yet.
Yeah.
I was just writing lyrics.
Yeah.
And I have studied every song he's written, and I think he's an incredible songwriter.
100%.
And his voice is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I went to his solo tour, and that's just recently happened, and it was just like amazing. It was a stadium,
Yeah.
and it's just
Wow.
him and a guitar
Wow.
for
Wow.
like 2 hours.
He did Dancing in a Burning Room, right? That's
Yeah.
him? Yeah.
Slow dancing in a
Slow
burning
Dancing in a
room.
Burning Room. Oh, such a great song.
Such a great song. My favorite non-dance music song is Daughters, John Mayer.
Nice.
Wow.
So good.
Oh yeah, no, he's got a lot of I love it, and that's why I'm saying like his voice and your voice like harmonizing.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone's ready for that.
Ooh.
Like, I don't know if
Oh
everyone's
my
ready for
gosh,
that.
Just
You know
put it in
what?
the universe now.
We're gonna speak it. It's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. It's
That'd be
gonna
epic.
happen.
That'd be
Oh my
epic.
god.
I thought Sam Smith.
Over
too.
and above and beyond
Sam
track.
Smith.
I was thinking
Or
Sam Smith.
Lewis Capaldi.
Ooh.
Or Ed
yeah.
Sheeran would be good too.
All of them are
Yes.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
all of them are amazing.
Damn.
What other EDM vocalists like do you highly respect and like you're close to? Because obviously like these vocalists don't get enough recognition in the scene.
Right.
So like who are like your favorites?
I am so proud of this absolute queen. She is crushing it right now. Her name's Kalina Zanders. If you guys, she does like house soul.
Okay.
She like learned to DJ and she is playing all the big festivals. She played EDC.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
She played Stereo Bloom. One of the most incredible singers you'll ever see. She's like, if Aretha Franklin
Ooh.
was like 26 years old today and a DJ.
Wow.
Wow.
Whoa.
Big statement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's her. She's
Ah.
amazing.
Wow.
She's absolutely amazing. I've known her for many years. And she recently told me she was at my EDC set in 2021, like front row. And she said that
Aw.
it inspired her to really go for it.
Wow.
And I was so honored. Yeah, so
Damn.
she's out there crushing it, playing shows. Go listen to her music. She just released her very first EP.
Hell yeah.
And
That's
she
so
has
cool.
a song charting on dance radio right now. It was #1 for a while.
Hell
Good for
yeah.
It's called
Wow.
Vibration.
Dominate. the
Shout out to my girl, Kalina Zanders, the queen of queens.
Go check her out.
Love.
She's amazing. Also, a lot of people don't know, but I have a company called Golden Thread Music, and I have developed 2 singer artists under Golden Thread Music.
Uh-huh.
And I've written almost all of their songs with them, and I've helped strategize their careers. Matt and I do this together, and they both started as interns
Wow.
from Icon School of Music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Down the road.
Uh-huh.
And they are doing great right now. The first one's Monica Santucci.
I love her.
Oh my
I
gosh.
love her. She's one of my favorites.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, you have to have her on this podcast.
Please. Please.
She will also be at the show, so you got to talk to her.
Oh,
Nice.
And
I met her once.
Oh, cool.
She was surprised I came up to her because she's not used to people coming up to her, I
yeah,
guess.
she's
And
so humble and so
and
nice.
so like when I came up to her at an event, she was like, "Oh my gosh, yes!" And I was like having this conversation with her. I was like, "I love your music. Like your voice is amazing."
Aw.
Yeah, it was great.
So we developed Monica from like day one and wrote a lot of her big songs. I wrote them like in our little office with her. Like Deep Blue, we wrote together. And honestly, if you just name a song, I probably wrote it with her. So we're really
Wow.
proud of Monica. She's crushing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we've kind of been with her since she started this dance music journey. And the other one is Amity. Your favorite?
She's going crazy over there.
Jay's
Like,
too over there.
As a vocalist, like I really appreciate these EDM vocalists. I saw him open for
Blank.
I think it was Blank. Was it Blank? Yeah. He was singing live and the control that he has with his voice.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah.
He sounds so good live.
He's amazing.
Wow.
We developed him from being an intern with like almost no releases, and we have like helped strategize his career. I wrote Shadows. I mean, every song that I can think of right now, I wrote with him, just helping him find his lyrical voice. Matt has helped him define his production direction, and we are so proud of him. He's crushing
So
it.
great.
Yeah, he's a singer, producer,
DJ.
super talented,
He's so
super
good.
talented. He produces all his own stuff.
Oh, it sounds like
that.
you and your team work closely with Ophelia.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of releases on Ophelia. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Because,
Great
you know,
people
I've
over there.
worked with Seven Lions a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a question I wanted to bring up just because we've asked another artist, Micah, the same question.
Yeah. We had-
Why is it that vocalists don't get the recognition that they deserve? Like, for example, like,
filming?
yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
I didn't even know that.
Why don't
We're back.
why don't vocalists get the recognition they deserve? Like, for example, the 2 names that you just mentioned, I have no idea who they are. I feel bad for not knowing. And you just named a couple songs. I'm like, wait, no, I've listened to
Yeah,
that song.
I know the songs.
You Can
yeah.
Be My Light. That's Monica Santucci.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, like, do you have an idea of why it is that way? Where it's just like, why do people not know?
I think historically it comes back to how vocals evolved in dance music, right? Initially, like many years ago when dance music first started, we were just having little samples of like feel the beat. That was it. That was the whole vocal, right?
Yeah, and it's repetitive.
And or it was like, yeah, that was the whole thing. Or like one little phrase like that was just in there, and so but the vocal was just sort of an instrument of sorts. It was one layer in what the producer was creating. And as dance music has become more and more mainstream, especially like 2012 through later, I feel like it's become more songs. It's full songs, pop songs. We were, charting on top 40 radio back in like 2010s. And so I think a lot of people are still in the mindset of it's like a sample. You know what I mean? And also I think the marketing of the song is always going back to the DJ and the producer. And so people are only seeing what labels and artists want you to see, which is this is the guy and this is his song. But in reality, the singer probably wrote the lyrics that you're singing. And the producer probably didn't.
You know what's so funny? I feel like it's the opposite in like the hip hop and like pop
the
scene.
singer is the one that's
opposite in pop. Nobody knows who produced it. Unless you go and look at the credits. And it's in that way it's kind of great for producers because this is a genre they can shine. Whereas if they were in pop, they can't really shine there. They're in the background. So it's so beautiful funny in that way, but it's also hard for singers that want to be in dance music because we really have to fight for like a platform or people to realize that that's us and we wrote that.
Wow.
Do you think that's because of like the way the hip hop and pop industry is? Like just in terms of like what the who the focus is on in the EDM industry.
I think it's all kind of like, what do you want your public to focus on too? Because people only have so much attention span they can give something.
That's true.
100%.
Right? They see a song, they see a picture, like, oh, it's that person. And then they're on with their day. They got to get to work. They got to do this. So it's like, it's kind of hard to educate somebody in the span of 1 second.
I think you've given the best explanation on like this ongoing question that we've had. I think it's perfect. It makes more sense now.
I really appreciate it though when producers like really give light to who wrote the song or who they collaborated with. And I think that that's really important these days. It's important to be authentic with your songs and your brand. And I mean, one person that comes to mind that really does that is Jason Ross, especially with this last album. He was in the studio writing these songs with the artists. He got to see what goes into it.
Wow.
And he shared with me, he's like, I'm just so blown away with all that goes in on the other side of the screen that I didn't know about. I'm over here just producing away and I just get a vocal. But when they see it and they see it being recorded and being, talked about and slaved over this one word for like a whole day, they're like, oh, wow. Like they don't just come in and sing it and like make it up. It's like we work really hard to be part of this song too. So it's great when people can experience it and then talk about it and educate.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got a little taste of that when we had our friend Micah, who he'll be the episode right before this. But
cool.
But yeah, he's also a big male vocalist in the EDM space. Done a lot of vocals.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, so you've heard of him? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So he was telling us a little bit about his process as well in terms of like writing a song and stuff. I mean, obviously he's had like songs where he's had to like rush writing it and it actually came out great still. But like he's also talked about a lot of songs where like he put a little more work into like the vocal and like choosing like how am I gonna write this, like who am I writing this for, like it's pretty crazy.
It's interesting how songs are born. They're all different. Like Rush Over Me I rewrote 3 times.
Wow.
That's crazy. It was originally called Bloodstream.
That's
and it had
completely
a completely different it had a completely different chorus, and then I rewrote it and I had a new melody, but then I had to rewrite some of the lyrics. And then Jeff actually came to my apartment and we finished it like in person that day, and I recorded it. And it was like a really long process. And then it didn't come out for another year or so.
Wow.
And that is when Haliene and Said the Sky also got added to it. And I'd never heard of them at that point.
They were teeny tiny.
Yeah. They were still new.
They were super new. I was like, what kind of name is Set the Sky? What is that? Is so long.
Just quickly throwing shade at Nancy.
like,
I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, it's a beautiful name.
It
But
is.
at that time, it was like 7 Lions, Millennium, and Set the Sky, Rush Over Me, featuring Haliene. I'm like, okay.
That's a lot of
names.
Wow, I'm way at the end. Okay. No, but it's been amazing to see where their careers go. But Saving Light was written in 55 minutes.
Wow. So that was like your shortest.
Not my shortest, but it was one of the shorter ones that are really famous.
Yeah.
So it doesn't.
And that was like your breakthrough, wasn't it?
Erase You, I wrote in maybe shorter than Saving Light.
Yeah.
Like
sometimes
Matt was making pancakes.
Yeah. So Michael told us that when he wrote Flatline for Zomboy, he literally did it in like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. And because he had to send it over to him immediately. Yep. Yeah. And he woke up super hungover or something like that.
His process was like he'll listen to maybe the first 5 or 10 seconds and then stop and then go to get his setup, get prepared, because whatever he writes and creates within the first listen, that's probably going to be what hits the bet.
We do the same exact thing. You've got to have the mic on because your first instincts, it's usually spot on.
Yeah.
You got to capture it right away because you may never get it back. Yeah. It's so true.
What's the best advice you could give to like people who want to get like EDM vocalists who want to get into the EDM industry? Because I know there's a lot and it's hard to break through.
It is. I would say learn how to record yourself well or find somebody to partner with that knows how to record you well. Presenting a beautiful sounding vocal is probably the most important part.
It's so hard to find your sound.
It is hard.
It takes a little process.
And it's also it's a lot of learning to know how to record yourself properly and to send a really good sounding vocal. Because a lot of times producers cannot hear through the audio factor. Yeah. Even if it's a really great song, they might not be able to see it. Yeah. It's like an incredible painting without lighting or frame. Yeah. Sometimes you can't see it. Some of them are songwriters too, and they can hear it. But statistically, most of the time, in my experience, you've got to send something that sounds like a final. Yeah. Like the first time.
Wow.
And so I think actually Matt is coming out with a vocal production course this year.
Okay.
Go Matt.
Go Matt.
Matt behind the camera right now. Like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's called the Golden Vocal System. Golden Thread Music. Hey, you know, we're working.
Okay.
Yes.
It's called the Golden Vocal System. It's with Daw Nation, DAW Nation.
I've heard Daw Nation.
Yeah. He's awesome. And they've been working on this course for 2 years.
Wow.
And it's perfect for producers who are wanting to learn how to make, good sounding vocals. It's perfect for vocalists who want to also make their vocals sound really great and to fit in the dance music sphere. It's really designed and created for the dance music scene and industry. So go check that out. It's about to come out. And that's my biggest advice for vocalists.
Wow.
Yeah. Is it more of a beginner class or is it a master class? Like you got to already know how to like use the DAW software.
I think you need to have the basics of whatever DAW you're in. Matt works in Ableton. So I think knowing how to use, it's not like how to use Ableton. You got to know how to kind of use Ableton. But there's also a lot of just information as well in the first part of the course that's really, really valuable as well. Just the way to think about vocals.
Oh, got it. Yeah, because I was going to say, I feel like to be a good artist, like you should know how to do both.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like because we were talking about this when we had Bonnie and Clyde on the podcast, and Paige, who is Bonnie, was telling us like about how she's learned to produce more and be like, on the CDJs a little more, even though she's like one of the main singers for the group.
Right.
And it's really helped her like develop and have a better idea of like her sound and how that mixes with their tracks.
Totally. I know a little bit of production myself. I was producing tracks before I met Matt. Some of my little baby tracks I played for him the other day. It was great though. So it's like, I think it's really important to know every job in the artist realm, because as I'm the CEO of Haliene with Matt. Paige is the CEO of Bonnie and Clyde, right? You kind of got to know all the jobs that are working and happening underneath you so that you can pass them off or not pass them off to people in your team. I've always, that's my best business advice is like, know all the jobs.
Yep.
Honestly, if you want to be successful. Because you can't just be like, oh, you go do that. I don't know how to do that because one day you'll turn around and it ain't done.
Yeah. You can't be the CEO of a company and not know how something is done.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then it's like knowing how everything works, you can better do your job.
Yeah, exactly. And you can also communicate to who you're working with what you want to hear better as well. Yeah. 100%. I've been in studios and working with producers like my whole life. So it's valuable knowledge.
Damn. Oh, did we have fan questions, by the way?
Oh yeah.
Oh, fun.
Just remembered.
I was getting too into the conversation. I forgot.
I'm so curious what they want to know.
Oh, you got quite a bit.
you gotta get them out.
Okay. Ooh.
Her face
Honestly,
right now, like,
we kind of answered all of it.
Let me see.
Here's a random question. Someone asked, how tall are you?
I'm 5'8". I'm tall.
Oh, there's a lot of questions.
Yeah, but I feel like we answered a lot of them.
Yeah.
One of them is, will she let us rush over her one more time?
That's a good one.
So cute. That's funny.
Oh, okay. Here's a good one. Lissa May asks, name 3 songs that influence your style. Is there a style that you want to dip your pinky in?
I love it. 3 songs that influence my style. Like my solo stuff, I would say. Yeah, I think What's Done Is Done definitely influenced me. I remember first hearing that track and I was like, this is one of my favorite tracks you've ever done, Jeff. I know exactly what to write on this one.
Yes.
And I love that song. I love the collab that we did. I'm just so proud of it. I love singing it live. So I think that one definitely influenced. A lot of the trance stuff as well. Like I feel like my solo stuff is a mixture of melodic bass and trance together.
Yeah.
While still keeping my voice at the center of it.
Yes.
Our goal in production for these tracks is never to take it all the way to EDM. To like, but to keep it at like 60, 70, 80% there. Yeah. So it feels like it lives in the world of dance music, but it's still about the song and still about the voice. Yeah. As a vocalist, I can't authentically make a super heavy drop.
Yeah.
But I can call on Kill the Noise and be like, can you do a remix of this track and take it there? And then I play that version live. So that's usually what we do is we on Heavenly, we had 12 songs to work with, and some of them go all the way, like Metamorphosis or Forgive You Anyway. But then the real goal is always, who can we enlist so that we can play that at a live show and it's still a dance music show. But we also have the ability to play like an acoustic show and just have it only be about the song. And at a festival, the same song could be playing on 5 different stages because it's the hardstyle remix, the like chill
remix. It's very forward thinking, actually.
Imagine if like a song that you sang in had different remix and they all played at the same time at EDC.
I was just thinking that.
You're on the Ferris wheel. You're just at the top. And you're just like listening in all directions.
Wait, it's all Haliene,
in the
but
same
it's different
syncopation,
drops.
like they're all just like synced up, but different drops.
Fun story, during the Rush Over Me fireworks rain moment, my song, Million Miles, was playing on the hardstyle stage at the same time. So it wasn't the same song.
Yeah.
But
still
my voice was playing during the fireworks in 2 places.
Yeah, that's 2 stages
it's
down.
progress.
I call it success, you know?
Success. All right, we'll make it happen.
Next year, all the stages.
Yeah. As a vocalist, it's a unique opportunity that, my voice can be in any genre.
Yeah.
That's why our shows are multi-genre. We'll play everything from trance to hardstyle. And it's how we blend it seamlessly together. And my voice is the through line through the whole thing. And I mean, as a producer, you have a sound. And you can't really go outside of that sound. And if you do, you got to create a side project.
Yes.
Which is fun and cool. But as a singer, I can kind of go anywhere.
Yeah. I love that you do it with that intention. That's really cool.
Yeah, I really want to stay in dance music. I think a lot of vocalists or singer artists, we want to use it as a platform to then release their own solo stuff, which is like poppier or something like that. But I don't. I'm never really going to do that. I love this community and I love this genre. And this is my strategy of making it work.
I think you're the only one that wants to stay in dance.
I I think there's singers out there. Like Kalina wants to stay and dance.
Nice.
Yeah. And like my friend Linny as well. She just released an EP and it's dance oriented.
I love
She's
her
like
too.
a down tempo chill vibes. It totally makes sense with her brand. And I think she also wants to stay in the genre. So there's singers coming. They're showing up.
We need more.
I love that you want more. That's great.
Yeah.
So this leads to another fan question. Someone asked, what's your favorite genre of EDM to sing to?
Melodic bass. It's gotta be melodic bass. Yeah.
Makes sense.
I was gonna say like melodic trance bass.
Yeah.
Based on what you were saying earlier.
Yeah. I mean, I think that shows up in all the songs I've released. Like, I just love writing that kind of music. It just comes out naturally to me. It's my favorite.
I got another fan question for you, actually, by Market Fluctuations.
It's definitely not the first time we've answered a market fluctuations question.
Yeah, this is not the first time. How do you pick your openers, similar, opposing style, etc.?
Well, we like to create an experience for our fans coming to the show. So obviously we want to choose a starting point. So usually we'll choose something that's a little more chill than what I play. We like the, like chill, dancey vibes. We like progressive house vibes. We even will be down for like a trance year opener.
Yes.
It's not great to have like head banging before.
I agree because there are some shows that I've gone to where like the opener is like a headbang and I'm like, I'm already tired by the time the headliner is on.
You can't do that to a headliner.
You need to ease your way through.
And create a musical journey for your fans.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we just like to choose people that they're going to be able to fit into the journey with us, knowing our style and set. I think that answers it.
Yeah. Also, I have kind of a question because I met someone at Forbidden Kingdom who had like this very interesting question, and I did tell him that I wanted to ask it on one of our podcasts, and it was, hold on, let me just find it here. So it's like a scenario question. So like, if you could come up with your dream festival where money is not an issue, what are 5 artists, dead or alive, you would have headlining? Where would the festival be located? And would there be a theme?
Oh my gosh.
That's a great question.
Jam-packed question.
Wow.
I love it.
I've really got to think about this one. All right. 5 artists headlining. Let's think about it.
Also, shout out to Amin Lyles. He's the one who asked me this.
I feel like the artist playing If Money's Not an Issue.
Dead or alive.
Yeah.
Right. We'll start with Nora Unpure.
Yes. My dad's favorite.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah.
I'm like a huge fan.
My dad literally said if Nora and Pure plays at EDC, he would actually consider going.
Oh my god.
Yeah, or like, and you guys know my dad. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. Like I brought him to Day Trip last year.
Yeah.
Because he loves house.
That's
he runs
so
on the
great.
beach every morning to house.
That's
he's
so
like
cute.
he's like 67,
Yeah.
and so and he loves like Lane 8 and like.
But he's a tough critic though, because we did a video with him, and like, what was it, Zed's song? One of the Zed songs.
It was a bunch of EDM songs, and he didn't rate anything higher than a 7.5. But yeah, so he's a very tough critic. But if it's house, deep house, tropical house, loves.
I love that. That is so cool.
Yeah, I know.
Go Dad.
I know. Nora and Pierre.
Yeah.
Who else?
We would start with Nora and Pure. And I feel like we should get Set the Sky.
Yes.
Right? To take us up from Nora and Pure.
Yeah.
How
Right?
much is this festival? Where's it going to be?
No
You're
money,
already
no
in.
money
No money,
at all.
no budget.
We're on guest list.
No, for me.
It's free.
Okay.
It's free 99. So then Set the Sky. And that's 2. All right. And then I would put me.
Obviously.
It's my festival.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Makes
going to
sense.
go after Set the Sky. And then after me would be 7 Lines.
Yes.
Of course.
And then after 7 Lines would be Above and Beyond.
Yes.
Beautiful.
That's
Love.
perfect.
Perfect.
I think that's pretty
Beautiful.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of gives all the things.
Yeah.
And then
Can we make it
where
happen?
would it be?
Yes.
I feel, is this like a very fantastical?
Whatever
It can
you
be
want.
anywhere you want.
I would have a suggestion.
Okay, what's your suggestion?
S2O, Bangkok.
Oh, I've not been there. That sounds cool. What does it look like?
It's beautiful. I mean, it's Thailand. It's beautiful. S2O it's during the Thai Water Festival, so you got these towers spitting out water in all directions because it's also the summer. It's hot.
Wow.
You got to take a look. It's one of the coolest festivals I've ever seen. I haven't had the opportunity to go yet, but like. Looks amazing.
Wow.
All right, so we're gonna have it there.
I'm picturing yours in more of like a like I don't know, just I got the vibe earlier of like with the glaciers and like just kind of a snowy location.
That could also
I think
be
that
cool.
would be really
Lights.
cool with the northern lights. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll have summer and winter edition.
Yeah.
So
I'll be at the winter one. I'm sorry.
winter
Yeah.
edition is under the Northern Lights, the
Yeah.
original light show. Okay.
Yes.
That will be amazing.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. I like that.
I think you
it's
just
gonna
found
be
your themes
under
too.
the Northern Lights, and yeah, I think that's the theme is
The northern lights.
the aurora.
Yeah, the aurora.
Borealis.
That's a great theme. How are people dressing?
Well, you have to be warm, so there's the practical aspect.
That's true.
So cute and warm.
Cute and warm.
Like royal warm or like how we
Yeah, I like royal warm
Yeah.
or like another planet.
Yeah.
Like alien.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
kings and queens from another planet.
Yes.
There you go.
There you go.
I like it.
I think
Done.
we just I think we need to make this actually happen.
Yeah.
Manifest, manifest, manifest.
But what is it called?
Oh, true.
What should we call it?
We're like,
The Ascendance.
okay.
I like that.
Ascending a
Yeah.
dance.
I was thinking
don't know.
the
Ascendant.
ethereal plane.
That's
or something
cool.
like that.
That's cool. Like PLANE. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Or PLAIN if it's in a big snowy field.
Yes. I like that.
Okay. We'll come back and discuss later.
Yes. Business venture.
At our board meeting. That was a great question.
Yeah. Shout out Amin.
That was a great question. I really like that one.
Yeah.
You should ask everybody that. I was so
Yeah.
curious.
I think
to hear
we're-
We
everyone.
need to answer that ourselves too. We've
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
answered that, but we'll do it on a
Yeah.
different
I
podcast.
can't think right now. That's
Yeah,
also,
we'll
that's
do
a
it on a
hard
different-
question.
on
I think
different
that's a good
episode.
question too, because like I mean, even though this is what episode is this?
23.
23. We're still developing like how we do this in the structure, and
Yeah.
like that's a good question that I think I want to keep on this.
Yeah.
Every
I
time
like
moving
that.
forward.
Actually, I
love
want
it.
more guess that.
Shout out Amin.
Yeah.
Go, I mean.
Seriously, that's a good one.
Hell yeah. He's gonna be so happy. Do we have any other fan questions that we didn't answer or look over?
I feel like
A lot of them were already
Oh,
answered
yeah.
throughout
Okay.
the
I mean,
episode.
I have one. Like, do you have any weird or interesting pre-show rituals?
I warm up. I do vocal warm-ups before every show. I don't drink alcohol. I drink throat coat tea with honey
which is great, by the
on
way.
stage. Usually that's what I'm drinking.
Oh,
Yeah.
on stage.
Yeah, too. I have
Oh.
I
That's
have like
smart,
a little
actually.
thermos on
That is
stage
actually
with
very
me.
smart.
Yeah, little stretching. I try to get my heart rate up because it's a lot of cardio.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
up there,
Oh, yeah.
jumping, dancing,
Plus,
and
trying to
singing.
keep your vocals
Yup.
like controlled.
It's
a
a
lot.
lot of breath control. So you kind of have to be in the fat burn zone.
Do you
like,
practice
already.
on a treadmill? I see a lot of vocalists doing that. Like they run and they
Yeah.
sing to make sure that their voice is constantly in control.
I have a Peloton, so
That works.
I do that. I'm doing that sometimes on the bike. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
it's you have to. You have
Yeah.
to be like tip top shape as a singer.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've always wondered that because it's crazy. I mean, the difference is it's huge when you're actually performing it live and
Yeah.
running around on stage and stuff.
Oh,
I always
yeah.
used to question when Justin Bieber would like dance and sing, or Usher would dance and sing at the same time. I'm just like, how are they doing it?
I know.
Like,
I mean, I don't do all that choreographed, incredible movement that
Yeah.
they do. Even. I don't know if I could ever get to that level. They are incredible. They're machines.
even still though, just with like running around on
Yeah.
stage. I
Yeah.
mean, like, have you guys ever tried that? Like, it's hard.
I can't even
And
sing.
It's hard.
It's a lot.
it is hard.
Nah.
Yeah, you
I
gotta be
don't
ready
run
for
or
it.
sing.
Greece. I was Roger in Greece back in high school,
There you
and
go.
I remembered how difficult
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Wait,
a
that's
lot
so
of
funny.
work.
I was in Greece in middle school.
Yeah.
Lifting.
I was Sandy.
Oh,
that's so cute.
I
That's
bet
so
you were the
cute.
cutest Sandy. Oh my gosh.
I have a question for you. You might have already answered it, and this is from J Pizzle 596.
Pizzle.
What
Pizzle.
can the community do to get more female headliners at major fests like EDC
Yes.
Vegas, et cetera, et cetera?
Honestly, I think people underestimate telling them on social media. and just saying book this person. And if they do read that stuff, and also if you tell like your favorite venue in your city that you want to see this artist there, like they might go book them. They're more likely to go book them, because we don't really like always decide what venues we're gonna go play. We receive offers from said venue. Like our agent will reach out.
I thought it was
and then
the other
they
way
send an offer to us.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, you know, fans will be so mad at me that I haven't been to Boston yet. And I'm like, I'm trying.
Yeah.
Guys, for those in Boston, refer her.
Didn't Gesture just do a video on that where he's like, or he was like making fun of like the people saying like, yo, come to Portland. Yo, we need you at like so-and-so. He's like, guys, I don't choose where like I go.
You guys choose, the
like,
fans choose.
Yeah, I just get hit up from my manager.
Yeah, if the fans in Boston were to go comment on the Grand's social media and be like, book Haliene, book Haliene, book Haliene, book Haliene, I might get an offer.
There you go.
That's true.
This is it.
Guys, seriously,
that's how you do
that
it.
should be a social clip right there, because if you want to see your artist at your local venue, then talk to your venues.
Yeah.
Don't talk to
That's right. Yeah.
I guess we always forget how strong social media can be.
Yes.
Just random example. Shang-Chi with Simu Liu. People just kept asking for it, and he just literally tweeted them, and look, he became the actor for Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
crazy. Yeah,
That's true.
Social
Can
media.
make it happen.
Yeah, you have power. You have a voice.
Yeah.
Go use it.
No, for reals. Yeah.
And like,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
well, yeah, because social media you can use around the world.
Yeah.
So like whatever you want, you're able to make it happen.
Yeah. I also believe. Are you big on like law of attraction, law of assumption? Like, are you like familiar with?
I am
all that stuff?
familiar. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, because we're all big like law of assumption people here. Or I know I am, at least. And so I truly believe that if you really want to make something happen, you can make it happen. As long as you can see yourself and believe that it will happen, it will happen.
Yeah, I personally call it prayer. But for me, I think it's like the same.
Yeah.
It's kind of like putting it out there and believing that it will happen in full faith.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think it also takes a lot of work on our end as well. You can't like just put it out there and
it's
just
going to do it
chill.
by itself.
Yeah.
It's like a partnership.
Yes.
Whether you call that God or you call that the universe.
Manifestation.
It's like, let's partner together.
Yeah.
And through prayer or through a lot of manifestation, like if you just persist, people underestimate how long you must persist.
Yeah.
It ain't 6 months. Sometimes it's 6 years.
Yeah.
But you just got to keep going. Eventually you will find yourself where you're meant to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Persistence.
I feel in a way like I
perseverance.
manifested to where I am now.
Oh yeah, we all feel that.
Oh,
to a
for
certain
sure.
degree.
Yeah.
I
So crazy.
I don't know if you've seen this. I know Devin and Bryn have seen this. A lot of times when I'm like, I don't want to use the word basking in success, but like when we're at a festival or when we're in a really good, happy moment with our friends, I do this so much. I'm like, guys, can we just take a moment to step back and like recognize where we're at right now in this
it's
moment.
so crazy.
And I do it often because like I feel like we generally forget. Like, you know, I lived in the Bay Area in Newark, California, a small little town.
Yeah.
Now I'm in LA now. I'm in a podcast room sitting next to Haliene. Like, take a moment right now.
Can we just take a moment
of gratitude?
Holy shit.
But it's like it's just taking those moments to recognize how far we've come to be able to manifest and push ourselves. It's like, you know, I can't say 6 years ago I was thinking this is where I would be, but 6 years ago I definitely thought I'm gonna be somewhere.
Yeah.
That's why I love when people like, sorry to say that I love it is not the right word, but like when people tell me that I can't do something, or when they tell me that
prove
like,
them wrong.
or they like doubt
That's
doubt that I'm going to do something. I actually love that because to me, I'm like the motivation of wanting to prove that I can do this thing. There's like nothing that beats it in my opinion. And I think that that's like so powerful.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah.
This conversation makes me think of a song. It's going to be Above and Beyond. Sorry about it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No, don't
Yes.
say sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. But the song is my favorite song right now is Gratitude. You guys know that one?
I think I do.
My current mood. You know it?
Yeah.
Is gratitude.
It sounds really familiar.
Keep it going so I can see if I can remember.
It's so good. But the lyrics are, there are moments in the day when I just lose myself in sorrow and forget that the sky has been much bluer and my life just so much sweeter since we met. I love that. This thing is just so good.
That
My
is
current
beautiful.
mood is gratitude, and that's the whole chorus.
Wow.
I love
Attitude of
that.
gratitude.
That song is like about that moment when you just like are acknowledging what it took to get there and the miracle that it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love
so
it.
Inspiring.
Wow,
I know.
we're so spiritual today, guys.
So
No, I
spiritual.
love it. I feel so calm right now.
I know.
Like we just had like a therapy moment.
I know.
Wow.
It's like it was that whole entire time was so soothing, yet went by so fast.
It did.
Thank
It
you
went
so much.
by so fast. I had an amazing time with you
Yeah,
guys.
thank
We're
you so
so excited
much.
for your show tomorrow.
Dude,
I'm
yeah.
so excited.
I'm so excited.
I'm
Yeah.
leaving a wedding early to come to it.
Oh my
so,
gosh, you're
yeah.
amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Just tell them to like book the new venue, move the entire wedding over.
Yeah,
They should just have it.
there.
show.
After party
I'll
at
let
the
Lorraine know.
Party. How long will you be
Tell 'em.
in tour? Is this like
So
your
this
end
is-
of the stop?
Yeah, this is towards the end of the phase 2 of the Heavenly Tour.
Okay.
This is like the crowning glory show. It's like gone so much work has gone into it.
Yeah.
I made like my own stage props. I don't know if you guys
Love.
saw my social media, but like I made LED clouds
Wow.
that
I'm
are
so
really
excited to see it in
big. They're
person.
really big. They had to fit in my car to
Yeah.
drive here from Utah.
Damn.
I have my own like designed screens. I'm bringing in all of this stuff.
So it's
Yeah.
all
The
DIY.
Fonda has none of it.
You
I
put
love
your
that.
blood, sweat, and tears
Mhm.
into
Oh,
it.
yeah. I love
that, though.
I'm
Full
excited.
performance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
a
full
very, very
performance.
special show. We have live strings coming,
Oh,
violin and cello.
Oh.
I'm excited.
Matt is
Yeah.
playing both piano and the decks.
let's go, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna just.
I have at least 2, if not 3 special guests popping up that I cannot tell you who they are yet.
I'm a.
So exciting. One of them plays guitar.
I can think of like a million people right now.
Yeah, so who
I'm
could it be?
thinking of one in particular.
I wonder who it is.
So we're really excited about that. We have poured everything into this show. So it's going to be a very, very special show. It's called The Divine Experience.
Oh, it's definitely going to be an experience.
Because the deluxe album of Heavenly is called The Divine Edition. So it's kind of modeled after that. I've made jerseys that are like just for this show, and
getting
they
one.
made it in time.
I'm getting one.
Yeah.
So
I'm
they're
getting one.
so pretty. They are like black with ombre fade to white with metallic gold embroidery. Like actually
Yeah.
metal gold. Like it shines
I love
like,
that.
I'm so
like
excited.
metal. It ain't no yellow mustard.
Yeah.
Okay. I worked hard to get that. I was
We're getting down
like,
to
no.
the nitty gritty, man.
Yeah, so it's gonna be really, really special, and I'm so excited for the show. After this, I go to Fresno. I'm playing a festival.
Nice.
Then I am doing some shows with Marcus Schultz in celebration of his album release. We have a
Nice.
song
Nice.
together. So I'm playing Miami with him, and then I'm playing San Francisco at Midway. And then July is going to be crazy. I'm playing Global Dance in Denver.
Nice.
I am playing some other ones I can't remember right now. July, I have like 4 shows. So it's going to be all over the place. I think I'll have New York. And then in August, I am playing Bass Canyon at the Gorge.
I was going to ask your August stuff because since this
Yeah.
will come out the end of July, like
Yeah.
people in August can look forward to
I'm
stuff.
going to Bass Canyon. In September, I'm playing Lost Lands.
That's gonna be
fucking
cool.
sick.
Yeah. So those sets we're definitely going to go heavier, and it's going to
Yeah.
be fun. We
Hell
might
yeah.
not play the trancey stuff at Lost Lands.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's the place for it.
No.
The
No, we're
dinosaurs
gonna
would
go-
not like that.
We're gonna go hard.
Dinosaurs are no.
No. But I will say the Lost Lands lineup was more melodic. Like,
Yeah.
there's more melodic acts
Yeah.
like happening. I think that's really cool that they're adding in different colors
Yes.
as well. I'm honored to
Totally.
be part of it. So cool.
Well,
Hell yeah.
guys, if you see Haliene on a lineup, you better go see her.
Yeah.
I'm
You
looking
will not be
forward-
disappointed.
I'm
I
looking
promise.
forward to Mickey's Third Eye coming out tomorrow night at the show.
Dude, I'm so
So-
excited for the live strings. I haven't seen live strings since Said This Guy in
Since
Colorado.
Sitka.
Wow.
At the I can't remember Red Rocks
Rock.
at his Red
Yeah.
Rock
Millennium
shows.
had a violinist at his tour.
I
That was
saw,
sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. This is gonna be
Awesome.
just
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad you went over all that because we have a section normally where we tell you to plug yourself, but
Yeah.
you just
You
already
did it.
knew.
You did it.
You just
You did
already
it.
knew.
I love
so-
Hey Devin,
I love that.
Put it all on screen.
Haliene.com.
put it all on screen.
Go to
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen.
Haliene.com.
No. Wait,
She
what?
said Haliene.com
Oh yeah,
for
yeah,
more
yeah.
info.
I thought you were talking about the
Okay.
patrons. Sorry, for
Oh.
a second.
I'm talking
tickets,
about all her
whatever.
shows. All her shows. Put them like right on her
Like a
face.
movie.
There you
Or
go,
just
there you
or
go.
screenshot her website.
Get sent. Yeah, send me all this stuff.
Haliene.com.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, we just do that.
And on the entire screen,
Speaking
haliene.com.
And speaking of our patrons, just wanted to once again thank you to all our patrons for supporting us on the Patreon. And we're gonna.
And your names, all right?
Wait, what do you guys want to do it?
Well, I was gonna say like just be prepared. We have some stuff that we've been planning out to shoot for you guys and do more stuff for you guys. It's all in the works. It's gonna happen.
But their names.
I know. I
so while you're talking, while you're saying,
oh yeah,
this,
while I said all that, the names are on my face.
They're exploding.
They're not exploding.
So like,
I'm not doing animations for them. It's gonna take me hours.
But for real,
Patreons, do it for them.
I'm gonna start charging you guys.
But for real though, thank you guys.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes.
And with that, obviously subscribe to the channel. I feel like we haven't been saying that.
Yeah.
If you like the episode, like the episode, comment below.
Follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram.
Show some support for Haliene. What was the thing that we said earlier? They were gonna everyone in the comments is gonna. Oh yeah, we had some tea after that we wanted to talk about. We'll do it off camera.
Yeah,
but anyways,
we're right in the comments. Who
All
you
the
think
comments
she's
are,
talking
"What's
about?
the tea?"
He's talking
Who's
about.
talking who
What's
doesn't
the
like candy?
Yeah.
No, but please subscribe to the channel, and we really appreciate all your guys' support. And
Tune in for our next episode because we have another special guest.
That's
Yes.
right. Oh yeah, we do.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we do.
You guys will be excited for that one.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for
that's
it.
true. Will that one air after this episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys. Are
Yeah,
gonna be
you're so
excited.
excited.
So
Okay.
tune in next time. And with that, I'm Devin.
I'm Mickie.
I'm Nand.
I'm Bryn.
And I'm Haliene.
Oh,
Yay! Bye.
See you in 2 weeks.
Love
Bye bye.
you.
Doodles.